It's my last full day in the city of Kutaisi in Georgia, and I thought I'd go into the city centre, a nice little 20-minute walk from the hostel I'm staying in. I'm going to head into the centre to get the cable car into the mountains, and it is another hot day. It's 34 degrees, a bit cooler than yesterday. There is cloud, so it's not shiny blue skies. And this morning I made the mistake of going for my first run in Georgia, a little cheeky 5-kilometre run. It took me around sort of that way, followed a nice little route. Whew, that was a bit difficult, but needs to be done. Keep myself fit, and the cable car goes into the mountains, which means it's going to be when I say mountains, big hills, it's going to be a bit cooler. And up there is an amusement park and a cathedral. That works. But because I've not had breakfast yet, and I came past here yesterday, there is a bakery right on the corner of the next road going off, where they have a typical Georgian food, which I had yesterday and the day before. So I'm going to get it on camera just to show you what it's like, and it is delicious. And there it is, just across the road, the bakery. So I don't know if the microphones actually pick this up, but the wind is actually quite strong, which is a good thing because it's a nice cool breeze. It's just that when the breeze stops, that's when it gets a bit warm. So as we're coming into the centre, the shops are starting to get more modern. Right, bakery, food, breakfast. Right, I made the mistake yesterday of not seeing the hatch, which is there, and going straight in. But these are the different breads. Khachapuri, I think it's that. Right. Hello. Khachapuri?
Yes.
One. Yeah, thank you. No, I got the wrong one. It's $4.50. I mean, look at the size of it. So I'm just going to sit in this park here, find a seat. Oh, it's a fitness gear. So I find there's a lot of people just sit around in the shade. Guess it's warm, but I think I'll sit over here. Oh, by this little church here. That's quite churchy. So there are bakeries all over the place within the city. But I mean, that's massive. It is freshly baked bakery. Just trying. Oh, so this is just bread. It's a little bit sweet-ish, not too sweet, but in the centre is just melted cheese that's been baked into the bread. And that is delicious. So khachapuri. I mean, that'll gonna last me. It's not as big as my face. This will last me for lunch. I'm happy. Nice little church to look at. I've actually moved to another seat where it's shaded because I'm feeling the heat over there, and I'm still demolishing this khachapuri. And I'm not really a food critic. I don't know why I said the bread was sweet, but it's not. It's just taste of bread. but as you get towards the middle, and I'm demolishing this really well, it's really nice. As you get towards the center, the cheese is more evident, and it is just, if you like melted cheese, then this is heaven for you. And it's just a really chewable bread. You can taste the freshness. Oh, I might just get another one and just stay here all day, just eating this as part of my vlog for the day. And that was divine. So 4 Lowry 50 worked out about £1.20, and so worth it. I only had the one, all I needed. So it's about another 10-minute walk into town. I'm not going to talk for 10 minutes, but this morning when I went for this 5k run, my first one in Georgia, I went past this building and I tried to take a decent photograph as I was running, and I asked in the hostel what it was because it looked like a spaceship. So this is the old Parliament building. It was opened up in 2012. They wanted to decentralise the Georgian government, move Parliament over here, and bit of controversy. It was built over a Russian war memorial. People weren't happy about that. But at the end of the day, there was a new government came in. They weren't happy with so many parts of the government all over the country that they want to be centralised again up in the capital. So it was closed in 2018. So it lasted for a little bit, and at the moment I've no idea what it's being used for. But it was something nice to run past and go, wow. So yeah, so the centre is just down here. I'm going to find the cable car and then head up to the big hills. I'm now in the centre of town. Just come over that bridge over there, and I was in this park yesterday just looking around. Didn't even realise this is where the cable car came from. So a pigeon photographer. So I'm not too sure how much this is or how often. Cable car inside. Oh, it's open. Look at that view. Oh, do I go in? In? Yeah? Ticket? No. You can take it downstairs. Okay. Where? Oh, there's a little hatch. So for a Georgian, it is 1 Lowry. For a foreigner, it's 3. So, do I just walk in? Ticket? Yeah, 5 minutes. Okay. It's perfect for just looking at the view. Look at that. Now, because of the heat, the summer, that will be lower than what it usually is, I'm guessing. But it's beautiful. So the time now is coming up to 1:45, and I'm a little bit late getting here because of the fact I had to go in and get some money from the ATM. So what I've discovered is there's a lot of the ATMs don't take my card, a Visa debit card, and the only one that worked was the Bank of Georgia. And even then they had 2 ATMs inside. One didn't recognise the chip, but the other one did. So I was panicking just a little bit, going, I need money. So yeah, I need to work out which banks take foreign cards and which doesn't. And just before I did go to the bank, I went down there to the Argo Cafe for a cappuccino, and I just sat on the front without my camera, just watching they will go by. Coffee was 7 Lowry 40. It's not too bad. My budget from Thailand has gone down a bit because of the expense of the flight and the food that I had in between all the flights I took from here. It's affected my budget, so I've gone down from £25 a day to survive to £20. But I think I can do it in Georgia, no problems. Fingers crossed. So this is coming out of the cable car. It's the Eiffel Tower. I'm in Paris. So this is an amusement park, and as you can see, it's a bit dead. I think when it's height of summer, it's off season because it's just too hot to go out. But on the tourist map I got yesterday from the tourist office here, she did recommend going up here, and then there is a path that takes you to the cathedral that overlooks the city. Oh. Now I thought being up a little bit higher might be cooler, but to be honest, I haven't gone that far up. So it's still a bit hot. Now some of these rides look like they're very old, and I mean decades old. And at the moment I'm just wandering around trying to find out a quick way of getting down to the cathedral. Or maybe this place in the night time just gets busier when it gets cooler. The lights flashing. Who knows? Now I've been walking around for a good 10 minutes trying to find a way out of here. So the cathedrals are that way. So every path I've found that leads out is all blocked. So I've just asked a lady running a shop. I thought I'd butter her up by buying a drink, but she had none. It's hot. She just pointed this way, and I have been down here. It is blocked, but oh, maybe that way. So this place goes so far, and then you've got a wall at the bottom that doesn't go anywhere. But I didn't see this. Too busy looking that way. After roughly about 30 minutes of walking, I did take a 10-minute stop outside this little shop that sold cold drinks and an ice cream. But I'm here, and this is Bagrati Cathedral, and it is on top of a hill. And the reason I stopped for 10 minutes is there is no breeze up here. It is pure heat. So I am melting. So Bagrati Cathedral, built in 1003 by King Bagrat III, which is why it's called Bagrati Cathedral. At the moment I'm more interested in the view down there, so I'm going to have a wander to that wall where there seems to be a few people doing Instagram pictures. So behind me, you've probably guessed the way I might talk to anybody. So I just stopped this European looking bloke from Lithuania. So we had a little chat about Georgia, about where he's going, where I'm going. He tried to persuade me that Russia would be a good choice to go to. I said no, but he is traveling towards Armenia, which is where I'm going. Oh, no view around here. Let's lift this camera up a bit. There you go. I don't know if you can see anything from up there. I've got my microphone attached to my chest, so you can still hear me from up there. And when I say I talk to anybody, I do talk to anybody. So the guy who built this, or had people build it for him, King Bagrati III, was the first king to unite all the kingdoms as one Georgian country. So he's quite important. And then it became the coronation of all the kings within Georgia. This is the place to come to if you want a crown put on your head. But in 1692, the Ottoman Empire came into town and then bombed it with cannons and then destroyed it. And it wasn't until this century, 21st century, that they started resurrecting it and bringing it back to life again after being in ruins for so long. Now, there's a door there that's shut, and usually I would try and get in. Wow. Right, I have found a door. I've just come in, and at the front door, I don't know if you can see them, I can't now, but there is several old ladies with plates who would like a contribution for coming in. I don't think they're official. So I gave them to Laurie, and she was quite happy. But this is inside the cathedral. Wow. So obviously it's not a working place of worship. There's a lot of old paintings. And I wonder if that is where they did the coronation. Now, one thing that I'm enjoying about being in here is it is a lot cooler because of the old stone than it is outside. It's just nice. So this was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994, but then it was removed in 2017 after heavy restoration work compromised its authenticity. And if you just look up there, you can see how modern they've made it. So I don't think the UNESCO World Heritage Site Committee would have liked it, which is a bit of a shame. Right, time to have some Instagram pictures made. Absolutely fascinating place. Really liking this. And the view probably from here is a bit better of the city. But yeah, but it is time to go. It's coming up to 10 to 4 in the afternoon. So I need to cool down. So the best place to cool down is the hostel. And as I've said, tomorrow is a travel day. Now I need to work out transport of where I'm going to next. But there is so much of the city that I could have stayed and seen a bit more. There's the football stadium because Georgia has one of the top flight teams in the city. You've got the rugby stadium. You've got the rest of the old town down there that I've not seen. I could have stayed here for another 3 or 4 days. But if I've got 3-4 weeks in Georgia, I need to start moving. So if you've enjoyed this video, the cable car to the amusement park, that was exciting, all the way to the cathedral, and bits and pieces that I've seen. Well, all you got to do is press that like button if you want to see where I go tomorrow, because Georgia is turning out to be a good find. Then all you got to do is press that subscribe button. But until the next time, Bye bye for now.